Let's test how the Vortex strategy performs in real market conditions. Let's find a suitable currency pair. For example, the euro against the Japanese yen. Overall, the situation looks quite favorable for my strategy. The indicators are starting to intersect, indicating a potential entry opportunity soon. TSI Vortex 60-second. Trading strategy is a highly effective tool for earning on binary options. The Vortex strategy is particularly strong during trend and market phases. It is best utilized with high volatility currency pairs. When trading low volatility assets, the strategy's efficiency may decrease due to their narrow price range. Therefore, the main criteria for choosing a currency pair are high demand and active trading. Hello and welcome! I'm thrilled to have you join me on this episode. My name is Mary, and I'll be your dedicated trader for today. If you're interested in trading and making consistent profits, you've come to the perfect spot. In this session, I'll show you exactly how to use the Vortex indicator for trading. So if you're eager to trade like a pro, this tutorial will be highly beneficial for you. For those who wish to participate in trading sessions with me and receive signals, I recommend subscribing to my Telegram channel. You can find the link in the description to this video. The TSI, or Technical Strength Indicator, is a popular tool among scalpers. It helps accurately determine entry points in the market by working with short-term impulses. The Vortex Indicator is a trend-following oscillator composed of two components. It identifies bullish and bearish movements within a trend, converting them into trading signals. This indicator may seem complex to inexperienced traders, but using it is no more difficult than the well-known moving average. Furthermore, the Vortex indicator never provides neutral data. A signal can only be positive or negative. To open an up trade, the indicator lines should intersect while the red vortex line is moving downward and blue line is moving upward, with the TSI indicator lines crossing during the upward movement. To open a downtrend, the vortex lines should intersect while the red line is moving upward and the blue line is moving downward, with the TSI lines crossing during a downward movement. Adjusting the vortex indicator to longer periods will lower the frequency of whipsaws, but generate delayed positive and negative crossovers. On the other hand, shortening the lengths will elicit many crossovers that fail to generate significant trend movements. As a general rule, high beta securities will respond better to shorter-term settings, while slow-moving securities respond better to longer-term settings. You can improve indicator reliability by comparing Vortex indicator signals with other trend-following tools. The underlying math shows many similarities with Wilder's Average Directional Index, ADX, the negative directional indicator, and the positive directional indicator. Those calculations translate into three lines that trigger complex crossovers. Unlike the Vortex indicator, Wilder's system can issue neutral readings that tell traders to start bet or avoid exposure. Moving average convergence divergence, MACD analysis, offers a perfect fit with the Vortex indicator. Its constructions with three moving averages lowers false readings triggered by multiple indicators that capture the same flow data. When plotted with the histograms, the indicator generates surprisingly few false signals, making it a perfect partner for a noisier and whipsaw-prone Vortex indicator. Synergistic trading strategies use a simple process that looks for sympathetic buy or sell signals in the Vortex indicators, as well as in other indicators before committing capital. The challenge comes in two forms. First, there needs to be significant difference in data sources to avoid replicating flawed information. And second, indicator periods need experimentation and fine-tuning to focus on the intended holding period, whether short, intermediate, or long-term. This last step of honing indicator periods is vital because trends exhibit time frame independence, allowing multiple uptrends and downtrends to evolve in different time segments on the same security. This fractal behavior will produce false readings if the Vortex indicator is looking at one segment of trend activity, while a second indicator looks at a second segment. Traders can overcome this flaw through trial and error by watching how indicator pairs interact on various instruments and in various timeframes. With MACD in particular, it's often best to leave settings alone and tweak Vortex indicator periods instead. Money management is also essential to consider. The standard 10% rule is not sufficient protection against risk when trading on 60-second options. According to most financial experts, an optimal deposit size would be 2% of the total deposit amount. This approach allows using the TSI Vortex system with maximum benefits and minimal risk of losses. Let's test how the Vortex strategy performs in real market conditions. First, let's find a suitable currency pair. For example, the euro against the Japanese yen. Overall, the situation looks quite favorable for my strategy. The indicators are starting to intersect, indicating a potential entry opportunity soon. So we can see that the red line was above the blue line. It seemed to cross below the blue line, but then returned back up. For now, I will not enter here because there is no clear signal and the situation looks doubtful. Let's check other currency pairs. And on most currency pairs, it's quite uneventful. Oh wait, here's the Australian dollar against the Swiss franc. It looks interesting and appealing to me. I'll probably enter at $1,000 trade on the upside for 5 minutes. Now let's understand why I opened the trade here. There is an important condition when trading with the Vortex strategy. We need a strong crossover of the indicator, which means there should be a significant divergence of lines followed by convergence and intersection. On the chart, I can see that the blue line diverged quite far, then crossed the red line, and is now moving upwards above the red line. This signals an entry opportunity for an upward trend. Conversely, if the blue line has crossed the red line downward and continued moving below it, that would have been a signal for a downward trend. In general, the new Vortex indicator is one of many tools that transform market data according to a specific formula and provide human-readable results. These indicators help determine the market state, its current trend, and the direction of price movement. You can use it in conjunction with the True Strengths Index, TSI, indicator to increase the percentage of profitable trades. However, I must admit that I'm not particularly fond of TSI, so I personally do not use it. I make decisions solely based on the Vortex, and it effectively identifies trends for me. In essence, Vortex consists of two oscillators. It detects both bullish and bearish trend movements, converting them into trading signals that we need. If you're a novice and not accustomed to market fluctuations, Vortex may seem complex and choppy, but in reality it's simple. For instance, it is simpler than using moving averages because it always gives a clear signal or none at all, making it easier to determine when to enter a trade. Furthermore, it simplifies trading by ensuring that the currency market never provides neutral data. Signals can only be either positive or negative. Trading with Vortex is straightforward because everything is clear at first glance. There is no ambiguity, no need for interpretation or assumptions. If you're just starting out, you can try filtering signals with the help of TSI. You open an upward trade when the blue Vortex line crosses above the red line and is moving upward, and at the same time the TSI indicator shows a bullish crossover and upward movement. Likewise, for a downward trend, you wait for the blue Vortex line to cross below the red line and move downward, while the TSI shows a bearish crossover and downward movement on the graph. It is best to use this strategy with 5-minute trades on a 1-minute time frame for optimal results while following proper money management. Let me emphasize that in any strategy and trade, you should never risk more than 5% of your deposit. You can use 5%, but it's even better to use less, 2, 3, or 4%. Why? This allows you to implement the martingale strategy where you cover a losing trade with another trade twice the size. For example, if you have one losing trade, you lose 10% of your deposit in the next trade. Another loss, and you can cover it with 20% trade. Consequently, after a few unsuccessful trades, you will be down by 30% and you won't be able to cover them. So it's best to use no more than 5% of your deposit or even less. In this way, in the long run, you won't lose all your money at once, you'll gain experience, and you'll be able to recover from any losses. The currency market is highly unpredictable. Anything can happen with different situations and news every day. Therefore, there is no single indicator that can guarantee 100% profitable trades. The ones I've mentioned have a success rate ranging from 70 to 90%, with Vortex being one of the highest performers. Sorry, I got carried away. Meanwhile, the price has surged upward with a powerful impulse. I've even stopped looking at the chart because, in the current conditions, nothing will cause the trade to close in a loss. Let's wait for the last 40 seconds and see the final result. Only about 3 seconds left, and the trade closes with a highly confident profit. I didn't even have time to get nervous when the price briefly dipped after the trade opened. As you can see, the Vortex indicator works well, so add it to your chart and test it on your trading. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to your subscriptions to the channel. Do not miss the new episodes, please. I hope you find it interesting to follow along, because it's interesting, right? Write me in the comments.